Well, hello players. Welcome back into another episode here on the Living Room Guitarist. My name's Dan, I'm your host. And you know what the premise of the show is here? Your name does not have to be up in lights for you to be a talented, creative musician, an artist who can really put together some cool music. And I'd love to have you as a guest on the show and feature you. And let's just keep growing this community of just amateur guitar players who love to play just because they like to make music and create. All right, so livingroomguitarist@gmail.com. Feel free to contact me anytime. We'll get you in here. Again, we can do something over a platform, like virtual platform. If you're local, I can come to you, you can come to me. We'll film this, we'll have fun just playing guitar, making music together, supporting each other. So I've got my Super Jewish t-shirt on for this episode for a reason. You know, it's Passover, starts like any second now, and Easter's hot on its heels there. So they always, those two holidays, big religious holidays coming up, they always are very close together. So 'tis the season. And I've got a piece of music today that I'm hoping that maybe my fellow living room players can maybe put some coherence to. It's a lot of random stuff. I wasn't sure how to deal with it, but you know, since we're in this, religious holiday season here, all the cable channels every year, they always pull out the old biblical movies, there's all the Easter stuff and the crucifixion and then the Exodus and Charlton Heston as Moses and Let My People Go and all these. So all these biblical movies always come out this time of year. You see them all over cable for like a week straight. And a few years ago, a friend of mine actually gave me this movie, got this DVD. It's about Moses, and it's from the 90s. It's like Ben Kingsley is playing Moses, and it's like a 3-hour epic thing, and as it probably has to be. But I remember watching that, and I think, it was actually very well acted. It was a pretty good movie. It stayed pretty close to the biblical narrative. So if you want to rent it, you can. It's out there. But it was very well done. And there was a scene in there, of course, if you remember Sunday school and all that, and when the Israelites are they're gathered at the foot of Mount Sinai there, and the big presence is about to be known to them. They spent 3 days, washing and primping and cleaning, and here they are, and then it all starts. Where in this movie anyway, where they're standing there at the foot, and the wind starts picking up, and it's a little noisy, and some cracks and booms and horns blaring, and it's just all this terrifying. And of course, in the movie, the Israelites, oh no, Moses, please, no, you have to do it for us. We can't handle it. So that was the story. It's like Jack Nicholson should have been Moses. You can't handle the truth or something like that. But I was just watching that scene, remembering it, and thinking, wow, this powerful, all this noise and thunder and clap and all this majestic and holy and all these things. Could I put that on the guitar in some fashion? Could I make music that sort of depicted that? And no, but it was worth a try. just see if I could create some kind of piece of music that just kind of sparked those sensations and just sort of recreated that musically. What would it sound like? On an acoustic guitar, I really don't know. What I was thinking, it probably needs like an electric guitar with effects and things, but I've still got my Strat here with me, but since I moved here, I moved away from my music room, so I don't have my amp anymore. Actually, I had a collection of 4 different amps, but and I'm not living in a place where I can have an amp right now. My neighbors probably wouldn't like that because I'm in a big 5-story building here on the top floor. But I figured, okay, let's get the acoustic, present it to my fellow living roomers. Maybe you can do something with this piece of music. It's just some stuff. I thought, all right, I need something lower pitch. So I just put it in a drop D tuning. So you're again just taking this E and turning it down just to a D, and there's your drop D tuning. All the rest of the strings stay the same. And I started just kind of taking the side of the pick, the edge of the pick here, and just kind of scratching it in 1/8 notes here, just. I just started doing that, because as you're sort of building up that tension, like, they all waiting at the foot of Mount Horeb, and it's starting slow, it builds, and then kaboom, and then you got all this stuff. So what might that sound like on a simple acoustic guitar hanging out in the living room? I know, we'll find out. And I just kind of let it take me somewhere and just see what would happen. So I started bringing other strings, top 2. process can be messy, folks. Just a lot of variations around a D chord in that drop D tuning and moving around a little bit, but just some combinations. It just gives it that ominous, powerful, watch out kind of sensation. So see what you think. What can you do with some of these ideas? Very easy to play, except this one fingering where I'm just kind of trying to get this note here and thumb over on that 3rd fret, but I'll talk you through it a little bit here just to see what it can become in your living room. Maybe you can give this a different kind of spin or a different kind of life there. But again, I'm just using the edge of the pick and just kind of scratching that D note here, and just in 8th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just bringing that A string as well, just with that kind of scratching. And I bring my, I'm going to start forming that D chord here. So I put my one finger here on the 3rd string up on that 2nd fret, and then I bring to this other D on the 5th fret, 2nd string down. Just let it build, let it get noisier, whatever. Form the rest of that D chord down here. So I'm just going from an E flat to a D here. So just think of your standard D shape here, but you're going to add that A note down there and just bring it up half step and back. That's got that more kind of, watch out Pharaoh, because here come the 12 plagues kind of vibe, doesn't it? Maybe you can really go anywhere you want with it, but it's a start. Variations around a D here, just picking up different notes just to see what it sounded like. So I came back to the 1st fret, 2nd string up, and then just kind of hit those 3 notes, those open notes here, and just hammering on 4th string down on the 2nd fret, and then to the 3rd fret, and then come into your standard D chord, however you want to finger that. Lots of opportunity to just put your creativity to work here. There's no right or wrong, there's no good or bad. It's just playing and making music. Maybe coming up to that C9 shape and hammer on that 4th string down on the 2nd fret, or 4th string down. Bring it up a step, and then just pull off on that 4th string down. Always kind of making my way back to just an open D chord down here in 2nd position. So coming back to that D, just picking up that high A note down here. If you want to bring that down to an A flat, and then what I'm thumbing over here on this G note, and I'm just kind of arpeggiating that out a little bit. And come back to the D. You can take that same shape and move it all over the place. It's kind of nice here. This D. Coming down here, so that's a G, A, it's a C, so you can just pick out some of those dominant 7s down there. you're going to major chord down here. So E, F, G. Lots of opportunity there just to explore and experiment and see what's discoverable on this fretboard with that idea in mind, of that just thundering, booming, terrifying sort of thing that sounded. Maybe it would sound better on an electric with, again, you know, nice amp with some nice effects. Who knows? But it's worth exploring there as we're into this kind of holiday season, if you will, with both Passover and Easter right next to each other. You know, so happy Easter egg hunting or happy Pesach or whatever you celebrate. Enjoy that. Enjoy it on your fretboard too. All right, take some me time and just play your guitar and make some music here, all from this basic D shape here. You know, it kind of smacks of, you know, what Fooling Yourself by Styx, you know, where they're doing this, this D here. So it's that same drop D tuning that Styx used back on that song, you know. Yeah, so the pretty chords that Tommy Shaw had there, but for our purposes here, we just want that real moody kind of. Contact me anytime, all right? livingroomguitarist@gmail.com if you can do something with this tune, or maybe you've seen something on a past episode that either I presented or one of our guests has presented, and you think, hey, here, I brought that into my living room, I kind of messed around with it, and here's my product, and you know, we'd love to feature you on the show with what you've done, or any little original piece that you've come up with, a song idea, a chord progression, just some guitar licks searching for something else, you know, we just collaborate here in the living room together as amateur players because we love to play the instrument. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode here. And we'll just make some music.